So guys, I want to share with you some really crazy pickups that I just got in from Value Village. You guys aren't going to believe this. So first up, I picked up a Game Boy Advance. This is all part of my trip that I did with AirVal the other day. We both went into the Value Village to see what we could find. He's got about half the stuff that we found. He's got stuff, you'll have to go and check out his channel, but he got stuff like an iPad and some crazy other tech, some great Bose speakers, a ton of awesome stuff. So you have to go check out his video. But here's what I managed to grab, or at least what I managed to steal from him and take here to get listed on eBay. We got a Game Boy Advance, which I actually managed to spot on our way out of the store. We had already been over to the glass case, but they had put this on the back shelf, and I managed to spot it. It was $10, and we got a silver Game Boy Advance. Not sure how that happened. The screen's not dirty, or it's not, it's scratched. It's just dirty. So there we go. It's just got some stuff on it, but it will clean up fine. With the battery cover here, which is great. And if you go ahead and flip the switch, it does turn on, which is also awesome. And I did test the game reader yesterday, and it also does work. So that's a super exciting find. Also, I got the MacBook. This is like an old MacBook, obviously, but this is the black one, and I've never even seen this one. I didn't even know it existed until I found it. Again, a little dirty, needs a little cleaning, but these can go for a lot of money. These are almost a collector's item now, so I'm pretty excited about this one. I haven't tried it out yet. We paid $40 for it. For parts, we'll easily get that if it doesn't end up working, but if it does work, I'm thinking we can get almost $200 for it, if not more. Really excited about it. We also picked up one other laptop. Again, you'll have to check out AirVal's channel for that because he's dealing with that, but we already have that one working and factory reset with a charger. This one didn't come with a charger, but I do have it here, so we are going to be able to try that one out today. Moving on with the crazy finds, we got this Canon camera. I tried to peel a sticker off to reveal a model number, but $14.99 is what we paid on the base here, and then the lens was listed separately there for $7. So together it goes as one. This is an ESO camera, or an EOS, sorry, camera. And it looks like they can be worth quite a bit online. Now, I do actually have a charger right over there that I brought from upstairs that I think will work with this camera. So we're going to try to charge this gap, see if this one works. But if it does, we could easily be looking at about $150, which is super exciting. I always like to look at these kind of cameras. And for $14.99, I couldn't pass on this one. So that was a really exciting find. So between the Game Boy, the MacBook, and then the Canon camera, and we've got also all of the lens covers right here, we're in the green already, right? So that's pretty sweet. And then you come down here, I grabbed the Wii Fit board. Now you guys will remember the last one, which is right over there, is not working because it had some battery corrosion. This one I checked this time does not. $8.99 on this guy, and it does actually have the game and all the feet things inside of it, so we are good to go on that one. I think we'll be looking at about $40 on that, maybe $50. Really exciting. In addition to that, I picked up two guitars that I'm sure you guys already saw on AirVal's channel that he dropped off here for us to list. So all that stuff, plus all the additional stuff that is scattered among the office here, is what we're going to maybe try and work on today. I'm just kind of exaggerating. I don't actually have a whole bunch of time, but the goal is to get a few items drafted. I don't think we're going to touch the electronics too much today. We're going to try them and see if they work, but I feel like they need their own time to get tested, and I don't want to spend an entire day maybe getting 2 items listed. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to go with some of the other items, maybe some shoes, maybe some phones, maybe some other various things we have around here, and we're going to try to list those, and we're going to see what we get done here today. I'm very excited about it. But for the meantime, I think we're going to start off here by trying to get these guys starting to charge, and then we'll check up on them a little later. So I got some good news to start us off here. I think we do have the right Canon charger. I've got the battery in, and it is charging, it looks like. In addition to that, I've got the MacBook plugged in. And with that, we've got ourselves a green light. So I'm pretty excited about that. Now the next step here, while we wait for these guys to charge a little bit before we turn them on, is going to be to sort of clean up real quick, get a look at everything that we're going to be dealing with on the table over there, move some of those video games. For those of you guys who are wondering, by the way, I am still testing video games like crazy. I just slowed down on the videos I was doing. I know we did one, so I didn't really slow down. It was just, I think, last week. But we are still doing that, of course. We are listing as many games as possible. Don't think that I stopped. I am still doing it. I just got through another whole lot, and I think this is the third one that I'm on now, so not too bad at all. And so I've been putting all the games. I've been putting them all right here, and it doesn't look like as much as it is, but I've got a whole nother stack right back there, so we probably got a good, I don't know, 50, maybe 60, 70 games there in the case, and then we've got another like 70 right here that are all loose, and then we've got all these ones, so we are making progress, no worries there. It's a little slow. I'm going to be honest, it's a lot of work, but nevertheless, we are going to be able to hopefully get all these guys listed soon. But again, I do want to finish testing everything before we move on, so I'm not sure when exactly that will be. Also, put all the Lego that we bought in a place on the shelf right here, which I think is super handy. Now we'll know where to find it if we do. Actually, it's not even listed, so if we decide to list it, I guess we'll know where to find it. I also may just take it all and box it because I might want this shelf space back. But for now, we have the space, so I figured I would leave that there. Also, all these phones technically should be bagged and into their appropriate boxes and bins, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. But anyway, that's that. That's the deal with the video games. Now let's move on to what we're doing today. All right, guys. So I went ahead and cleaned up everything. Basically, these bags are all now empty. So we are good to go ahead and start work here. So here's the deal, though. I did organize things. This here is a massive pile of phones. And to be honest, I'm not really feeling those today. That's kind of like you sit down, you do them all in one day. Super simple stuff. But I'm just not feeling the repetitiveness of that. So we're going to skip those for today. That back there is just an order that I think I either just got in or got in a while ago. I don't know, but we're going to ignore that. But what we can deal with today is this stuff, I think, over here. I may skip on consoles. We'll see how much time we have today. But what I will try to do is these headphones, maybe these 2 pairs of shoes. In fact, yeah, I think we will do those. We'll try to get this Euro pack mixer up. These Legos down here, I'm not sure what we're going to do with it just yet. I know somebody, I think, reached out saying they might want to make a deal for them. So I'm going to hold off on those for now. We have a bunch of cables in here. Those will probably just end up in the bin until I talk to AirVal about what we want to do with those. But the microphone, the toys, whatever the heck's in here. Oh, that's a phone bundle. That probably should have been over there. Anyway, there's a bunch of stuff that we'll be able to go through. Also, I ordered a cable for a PS2 that we were supposed to get listed, which I think we now have, and that has been fully tested. So I'm going to go ahead and get that cable out, and then we'll list that guy as well. Oh, and then the guitars as well, maybe even the Wii Fit board. We'll get some stuff done, so I'm excited about it, but we're going to have to start here. Actually, really quickly before we start, we might as well check. I'm super curious. Let's try out the MacBook here and see if it works. I'm going to hold this down. We should get a button here. I heard the hard drive go. Okay, the screen went white. This is reassuring. Let me see if the Apple logo is going to pop up here or if we're going to get a no OS, which is kind of likely. No, we are getting the Apple logo. Okay, so that's pretty cool, actually. There's no brightness on this right now. I don't even know. Can I turn it up right now? Not really. Actually, it looks fine through the camera. It's a little bit dim, but it's not too bad. Now, we will likely have a computer passcode on this. Luckily, it's unlike the phones and iCloud lock things like the iPads and things of that nature. I think the laptops, you can just obviously swap a drive out or whatever, so it doesn't necessarily matter. Not that I'll be doing that on this one, but I think we can factory reset it if necessary. Let's see what happens. Okay, I had to turn the camera down because there is definitely some personal information on here as well as some photos and things, but rest assured, and you'll have to believe me here that this thing does work. In fact, what if I just throw up a Safari page or something? Okay, so I opened up Safari. That's better. There was just a bunch of stuff on the desktop, and there was a screensaver, and it was just, I'll have to wipe the whole thing before it obviously is able to be sold. You'll see up here, not charging. Now, I believe that's likely because on the bottom here, the battery is going to be completely toast. A lot of them did go. I think these were the removable ones. Yeah, I think so. But anyway, that's not necessarily the best, but I think, you know, just in its working state right now, it should still sell for a fair amount. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to boot this guy, or wipe it, I should say. Luckily, there was no password on it or anything, so it should be fairly simple to get this guy up and going and be sold. So yeah, super excited about this guy. Let's move on to the camera. All right, guys, well, we don't have much battery here, but the camera is working. I'm not sure if I can show you guys that. You can see now through that screen that we are seeing stuff. The screen is on there, and if I go ahead and set this guy down right here, and I go ahead and take a picture with it, you can hear it's going. You can see the light going off. And I think once it goes here, we'll see that it'll take a picture. It's got a really long shutter for some reason. I'm sure that's just a setting. But we should hear it. There it goes. And you should see that picture. It comes up there. So it does look like it's working. Again, we're going to have to do a full test on this guy. But that's good to know that at least the basics of the computer and this are working. I'll have to do, again, further diagnostics and everything to see and make sure that everything's perfect, but I'm really excited about this find. Okay, well, we're back over to the table now where I've got it fairly cleaned off, and we're going to start by getting all of this stuff in front of me here drafted, including the Game Boy, because I want to get that guy listed as fast as possible. I don't think that we have any games to include with it, so it'll just be a console only with the back, though, which is always rare to find, and I'm going to go ahead and throw one more game in it just to double check, make sure it's absolutely working, but again, I did test it earlier, so it should be totally fine. So I'm super excited about that. All the buttons feel totally good as well. There's nothing loose in the console. Very exciting find. The shoes here, I might have to give a quick wipe. Yeah, I'll give these guys a quick wipe. I was just briefly wiping the Air Forces, and they're looking pretty darn good. Like, again, these are super, super clean for a Value Village find. So I'm super excited about getting those guys listed here. And then we'll get this other various stuff listed. Then we'll move on to getting that PS2 listed and the guitars and the Wii Fit board. And then we'll see. That might be all the time that we have for today. Okay, so it's time to test the Game Boy Advance here real quick. I've got a few games over here, and I'm just going to go ahead and plug one in just like so. We'll go ahead and put that down. It may need to be blown out the cartridge, so we won't be too surprised if it doesn't work first time. Oh, but we do have the Nintendo logo. Okay, good. So actually, it looks like we'll be totally fine here. There we are. Okay, so we are working with the game. We'll take it to the start menu. And then once that's good, then we are good to move on. It looks like we're moving pretty quick here. So we might just get to the start menu. Hey, there we go, the start menu, and that started right up. So this console is ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead, turn that guy off now. We'll go ahead and remove the cartridge. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get this guy drafted. Okay, so I actually just wrapped up drafting the Game Boy, and now I'm gonna move on to doing a couple pairs of shoes, and then we'll move on to some other stuff. Okay guys, so I just went ahead and got both of these shoes drafted up on eBay, and now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to a few of the smaller electronics that we were dealing with earlier. Yeah, so I'm gonna start with working on these 4 items right here, get the microphone going, get this playset or whatever listed, and then we're gonna go ahead and get a couple of items back here, obviously listed. I don't know if we're gonna be able to test that guy, so it might just go up as is. That one, I think we can, so I'll let you guys know, but we'll go ahead and try to get all those guys drafted right now. Okay, so I just went ahead and got all this stuff up and drafted. Ran into a few problems. First one being that the Playmobil set is not brand new. It's actually open, and I can't believe that I didn't notice that. Luckily, we only have a couple dollars in it, but still, I just thought it was folded over in the bag the way it looked. And unfortunately it wasn't. Luckily, the majority of the contents are in there. The dude is missing one arm piece, I believe. Honestly, it's probably not even worth anything now, so we're just gonna have to ditch it at a low price, but it's annoying. Anyway, good news about the headphones. Tested those, they do work. The lights on them are super cool. Anyway, yeah, they're a really cool pair of headphones, so those will hopefully sell for a bit. I wasn't able to test this guy because I don't have the right cables for it, so we'll just test that as is. Rockman mic was good to go. So that's everything that we got going on here. I'm gonna now move on to doing, I'm gonna move on now to doing the 2 guitars right here. This should only take me a second, and then we'll try for that Wii Fit board and that PS2. So guys, I've got the PS2 Slim plugged in right now, and I'm just gonna test the AV cable that I bought with it. We did actually test this all last week with the game and the controller, so that's all good. I'm not gonna bother going through those again, but I am just going to check. I did order an AV cable from a Canadian supplier who shipped it very quickly. In fact, this was shipped via letter mail. I want to check really quickly if that's even possible, because this feels like a pretty thick cable. Yeah, I just checked, and actually it does fit through letter mail, just barely. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, we've got our AV cable here for PlayStation. Obviously, it's not a branded one, but it's going to do just fine. So I'm just going to test that out here, make sure that works, and then we're going to go ahead and list this PlayStation 2. Okay guys, so I actually just wrapped up the PS2 listing here, and that all went really smoothly. The AV cable did end up working, which is fantastic. And so that guy is now ready to be listed on eBay. It's been drafted though, so we're gonna go ahead and list it another day. As you guys know, I was gonna get into listing that Wii Fit board, but unfortunately my time has ran out. It's actually gotten a little bit late, and I had to go ahead and get all this stuff still cleaned up and put away. And I have a couple orders to pack. So I'm gonna go ahead and end things here for today's video, but I think we did make a lot of good progress. Okay guys, and with all that stuff put away, I am going to wrap things up here. Again, hopefully you guys were able to find some value in this video and enjoyed it as much as I did. That was a lot of fun, and we're getting more and more stuff listed up on the store every single day, which is super exciting. So I'm glad that we worked through a bunch of those items. We got a bunch more still to do, and we got still the video game stuff to do, so stay tuned for more videos. We're definitely coming out with some here in the future. For now, that's gonna be all. Again, any comments, leave them down below. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I will see you guys all in the next video.